Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Zed. Today we're going to be talking about Lucid Motors once more. Now, I did talk about CCIV before and Lucid Motors, but in this video we're going to bring new pieces of due diligence to this one, technical analysis, news, what I think about this one, and everything in between. So without further ado, let's jump right into this one. If you're interested in my last video, you'll find it in the description below, but today we have some new things to talk about. Now, first off, on the news part, the latest thing relates back to the July 22nd conference meeting or shareholder meeting that we talked about. And I did mention this about this in the last video relating towards the July 22nd basically vote, and July 23rd we will have the new ticker as LCID. I'll go to that in a second. Now, before moving on, we want to take a look into a slide in the investor presentation. So this investor presentation is crucial. Manufacturing business update as of June 21st, 2021. As of June 21st, 2021, we have completed production build and started production for a quality validation build of Lucid Air and have opened our flagship New York studio on June 24th and Chicago studio on June 11th. As we approach the launch of Lucid Air in the second half of 2021, we anticipate strong demand of our products. We recently surpassed 10,000 paid reservation for the groundbreaking Lucid Air, including the full reserved Dream Edition, our Grand Touring Edition, and both of our Touring and Pure models. As enabled by the capital and financial flexibility available upon the business combination of CCIV, including the PIPE investments, we plan to accelerate approximately $350 million of planned CapEx investment from future periods into 2021 to 2023. And to otherwise enhance manufacturing capabilities by expanding the overall CapEx investments by 6 to 7% during 2021 to 2026. These various investments would enable us to accelerate additional manufacturing capacity for Lucid Air to capitalize on expected demand and implement a dedicated Lucid Gravity General Assembly line. If you don't remember what Lucid Gravity was, that was the SUV EV that they're working on. And they also are looking to combine the next two phases of Arizona facility expansion into one expedited phase, providing 2.7 million square feet of additional manufacturing space by 2023, enabling increased Lucid Air capacity to up to approximately 53,000 vehicles per year, and improved production flexibility between Lucid Air and Lucid Gravity, as well as for specific vehicle variants. We're also looking to enhance Gravity design and performance, vertically integrate functions including stamping, battery enclosures via accelerative or acquisitive in-house investments, so very similar to what Tesla's doing. We expect to launch Lucid Gravity at the end of our projected second half of 2023 timeline and intend to have increased production of Lucid Air in 2023 and 2024. We expect that the total vehicle volumes to be unchanged for 2024 and 2023. We continue to expect our existing cash resources following the business combination will fund our planned operations at least through 2022. And relating to this, in my last video, I did talk about the July 22nd conference, or meeting, whatever, and anticipated closing date of the business of combination is July 23rd, 2021. Now that means on July 23rd, 2021, you're going to have the new ticker LCID. I'll talk about what usually happens when that happens. Now, before moving on, if you would like to see more contents like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button on the bottom right corner and leave your notifications on. Don't forget as well to drop a like to this video. And if you would like to join our Discord, chat a bit more, you can find my link to the server in the description below. Totally free. We're not trying to upsell you anything in there. Head to the chat room or the trading floor once you get on there. And so, institutional buyers. Here's where things really look interesting. Institutions are very active onto this one in July. You get to see that the majority of them are additions. Some of them are divesting their shares, including Cohen Prime Services and Visual Air, but in general, it looks more bullish than bearish. Now, this is one of the most active stocks, especially in July. It was really quiet in June, but July it really expanded in terms of institutional buyers activity. Now, insiders, it's been quiet. Now, in relations to other things happening with Lucid Air, what I think is going to happen, I'll cover that at the very end, but let's move on towards technical analysis. Now, on the technical analysis perspective, on the 1 month, 1 day perspective, you're seeing things that are bullish, at least on the moving averages. 10 SMAs above 30 EMA, bullish. 50 SMAs above 200 SMA, bullish. And the price point is above the 50 SMA and the 200 SMA. Now, that is in fact what happened before Thursday. Friday, it dropped below the 50 SMA, making it the only bearish indicator on the moving averages. Now, the next bearish part would be 1965. If it does break that, it would be below the 200 SMA. In terms of the 80X, it's showing a retraction from this move down to 2071 from where it was around 28-ish. And willing percent R shows that this one is oversold, meaning in an equilibrium situation, you probably will have more buyers coming in, which means usually more buyers means higher price. And MACD here shows a negative reversal as the MACD histogram keeps on increasing on the negative side. Momentum is also negative at negative 3.53, seems to be the second time in a row where it's negative at that level. So be very careful, this does look like a negative trend. In terms of stochastic fast and stochastic slow, both are actually going on downwards. The stochastic fast seems to be accumulating at this point, but stochastic slow hasn't reached its bottom yet. So it's very critical to look at where the support actually lies, because you might actually get a bounce from this one. I'll talk to why there's quote-unquote this negative trend. I think it's very short term, and we're talking relating towards the merger. In terms of the moving average bands, this one is expected to trade at 2786 in the top, 2532 in the middle, and 2279 in the bottom. The Bollinger Bands, which is again also a volume moving average momentum band, is sitting at 2868 in the top and 2197 in the bottom. Currently, the price point is between those two indicators. And in terms of Fibonacci retracements, and again, the reason why I'm using this one is because high frequency traders do use it. There's a very critical support sitting at 2266. If it does break it, that might be a bit of trouble because the next one is 964 on the Fibonacci retracements. Resistances 3072, 3723, 4374, 5301, and 6486. In terms of a price line action, what we're seeing here is that there is very strong support sitting closer to the 2250. Below there, 2125. Below there, 1838, and then down to 1712. Below there, I suspect it would probably drop around $14.79 and $13. Hopefully that won't happen. In terms of resistances, a very critical, very strong resistance is at 24.38, as you get to see by the line I drew here. Above there, another strong one at 27.70. Above there, another critical strong one at 28.96, and then a very strong one at 32.72, going upwards to 35.68, and from there it's $50 to around 52.72 and 55.05. Now, before moving on to what I think about this one, let's take a quick look if there's any analyst ratings towards this one, although I really suspect it. Yep, there's none. At least there's none relating towards tip rank analyst ratings. So it comes to the question to Ed, what do you think is going to happen to this one? I really suspect that closer to the merger date, things are going to still look this kind of bearish. Closer to around perhaps July 21st, 22nd, you'll start seeing a little bit of a pulse in the movement. That's at least my expectations. I might be off. And relating towards July 23rd, one of two things can happen. I remember back to Nikola. And I know what we know now about Nikola, but I'm talking about right after the merger. So before the merger, it was really quiet. It was going a bit red sideways. And then right after the merger, it doubled. But I don't expect that to happen with CCIV or Lucid, at least in the next few days. And so right after, some other stocks just continuously dip and go lose 20% of its value right away. So it could be very interesting to see it's one or the other. But I kind of suspect that this one does hold its value at least for the next few days after the merger. That's my opinion. And I think that institutions remain to love this one, and that's a bullish thing. Now, what do you think about this ticker? Make sure to mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like, and have a wonderful day. Now, if you're still here on this video, make sure to drop down below and join our Discord. We have a lot of different things going on, including, for instance, members that gives picks for free. It's not pump and dumps, we just things we think about, swings, etc. We also have really exciting bots. You can actually use those ones. For instance, we're just testing out this bot, for instance, that gives you Fibonacci resistance points, activities, etc. And we have a bunch of free things, totally free. We run on tips here, and you can ask me questions, suggest stocks, etc. It's a really nice community that has been growing up very fast at a very good rate, and it's totally free. If you would like to join that one, feel free to do so in the description below, and have a wonderful day.